Hello, welcome to Wellness by Degrees. In today's class, we're going to focus on some stretches that will help with sciatic nerve pain. Let's get started. So we're going to start today standing. We'll be using one chair. So move to the back of your chair and hold on to the back. We'll just set ourselves up in mountain pose to begin with. So you want to give yourself a little bit of space between the feet, pressing them evenly into the ground. You want to feel your weight centered between the ball of your foot and your heel. You might have a slight bend in the knees, and from there we're lifting up through the pelvis and spine, rolling the shoulders back, and then relaxing into a nice tall standing pose. If you want, you can let the arms drop to your sides, or you can keep them on the chair for now. Everything we do today, we're going to want to come from a really tall standing or seated position. So be aware of your spine throughout this practice. We'll start by taking a couple deep breaths, just centering the body and the mind. Eyes can be opened or closed, whatever is comfortable for you. Hands can be on the chair or just relaxing down by your sides. A really important thing to remember throughout this practice is that this class is for you. What works for some people in easing sciatic pain might not work for other people. So if you find that we're doing something that increases pain rather than decreasing it, just skip that exercise or do something different that helps a little bit more. You can always just sit and breathe if something's not working for you until the next exercise. So everyone bring the hands to the chair. And we're going to start out with a soft downward dog. So pressing the hands into the chair, we'll just start walking ourselves back. You can keep a slight bend in the knees. You'll feel the spine start to stretch. You'll feel a stretch through the hips. And you might even bend the knees a little bit deeper or walk back a little bit further. You should feel a stretch through the backs of the legs and through the backs of the hips. So when you get to a position that's comfortable for you, you're welcome to stay there for a moment and breathe. If this isn't working for your shoulders, you can also turn the chair around, place the hands on the chair so you're not stressing the shoulders, and do the same thing with the legs and lower back. Each of the stretches we do today will be holding for a little bit longer, just so that we allow the muscles and the body to really relax into them. So get comfortable. Again, in any exercise, your eyes can be opened or closed, whatever feels nice to you. Continue to check in with your body and breath, making sure that what you're doing is feeling good, or adjusting if it's not, finding a position that's more comfortable for you or that's giving you the relief that you need. When you're ready, whether your hands are on the seat of the chair or the back, you can step yourself back in. Coming back to that nice tall mountain pose. Let's take a deep inhale together, and let's let it out through the mouth. One more time. Inhale through the nose, and exhale through the mouth. Great job. From here, let's do a couple more standing poses, and then we'll move to the chair. So you want your chair slightly out in front of you. We're going to bring Whichever leg you want, maybe the leg you're feeling more pain on through the nerve, or just you can start with the right with me, whatever works for you. But we're going to try to straighten it all the way out on the chair, maybe having a slight bend in the standing leg. We're trying to pull our toes towards the ceiling and keep our heel down on the chair. You should feel a stretch through here. If this is too much for your leg, if you can't get the leg up onto the chair while standing plus straighten it out, you're welcome to bring another chair in, set it behind you, and just take a seat. You'll still get that stretch if you're sitting down. You can hold on to the back of the chair in front of you for support and balance. Again, the option of taking another seat if this is really hard to balance standing like this. And as we breathe, we're going to inhale and exhale, and we're going to point the toes forward, and then we're going to flex them. And again, this might be really sensitive depending on how flexible you are, or where that pain is in your nerve. So inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. This other hand, I'm just keeping it by my side to simplify things. Go at your own pace. If there's a place that you want to hold, you can hold for a moment. Remember that you want to keep your tall posture. So if you need to bend that leg for a minute, give it a break and then straighten it back out, you're welcome to do that. Also, as I said before, if this is really deep for you, feel free to take a seat and just do this exercise in a seated position. Your standing leg might start to get tired. Just be aware of how you're feeling there. You're also welcome to step this leg down if you're wearing out on the standing leg. Maybe shake it out a little and switch legs. You can go back and forth. So maybe do 3 or 4 breaths on one side and then switch to the other leg. Do 3 or 4 breaths here and then switch back. So inhale, draw up, and exhale, point. If you don't have enough on your mind, we're also trying to keep the hips squared off to the best of our ability. It's a lot to think about, but each of these different parts helps to create the whole and helps with easing that tension in your lower back and down your leg. And again, you can do each of these poses for as long or as little as you'd like. Ideally, you're staying in a certain pose for about 30 seconds or more. But you're welcome to ease out of it, or you're welcome to ignore it completely. Like I said, if it's causing you more pain than it's causing relief. We'll just do a couple more on this side. Great job. Let's bring that leg down and move into a seated position. So as we did standing, we're moving into a mountain pose seated. Pressing those feet evenly into the ground, engaging through the legs, stacking knees over ankles, stacking the shoulders over the hips, pulling up through the pelvis and spine and rolling the shoulder blades back. You might have a slight tuck in the chin so that you're facing forward. Take a deep breath here. Eyes can be opened or closed. And exhale. Again, inhale. And exhale. Inhale, open the eyes if they're closed. And exhale, let the hands drop down by your sides. I'm gonna move to the side of my chair so you can see me. You're welcome to stay where you're at. So we're going to bring the hands to the lower back, just resting them there, fingers pointing down. And then we're going to start to arch the spine, arching through the lower back and putting slight pressure onto the back with the hands. You might lift the gaze. And we'll stay here. Let's count to 30 in our heads, allowing the breathing to come in and out naturally. You can keep the eyes open or closed. We're almost there. And on the next exhale, release the arms, release the spine into your mountain pose. From here, we're going to take whichever leg you want to start on. We're pressing the standing foot into the ground, really rooting down, and then we're going to lift the other leg in towards the chest, wrapping the hands around the outside of the knee. And you can come straight in, or if that's not comfortable for you, you can take the leg slightly out to the side, not really far, just maybe an inch, so that you have that leverage to pull in towards the chest. Again, remember, we're sitting really tall. If this causes you to start to collapse the shoulders and the chest, then keep it out a little bit further. You don't have to come in really deep. Just do what your body can. Come in as far as is comfortable for you. And we're moving into breathing. So as you breathe, just focus doing a mental scan over your body, seeing where you might want to challenge yourself more, where you feel like you need to engage more, maybe where you feel tension or feel like you're overdoing it. There might be areas that you need to relax. And again, if this is really a struggle or if you're feeling pain, you're welcome to come out of the pose earlier. You don't have to stay here ever if it's not working for your body. Great job. Let's let that leg come down. Moving to the other side. So, planting the standing foot, lifting the opposite leg up. You're welcome to keep your foot flexed here, or it can just dangle. It's not really important what the foot's doing in this exercise. Mindful of your body, of your posture. of what you need today. Allowing yourself to sit in the stretch a little bit longer today than we usually do. And exhale, let's bring it back down. Great job. So this next stretch, it's going to be an adapted figure 4 sitting. So I'll show you what it's like, and again, if it doesn't work for you, don't worry about it. You can always just cross the ankle. That's not going to give you the same stretch, but if that's where you can go, then go there. The other option is we're bringing the leg all the way up, crossing the ankle over the knee. Again, start with whichever leg you prefer. We're not going to press down on this knee, but we are going to flex the foot, sit up nice and tall, and breathe in this posture. Another option, if you're not feeling any sensation or any stretch here, is you can hinge at the hips and hinge forward until you start to feel a stretch. Options for the arms, you can just keep them down, relaxed at the side, not pressing on the legs at all. You can stretch them forward in front of you, or if you want to challenge, you can stretch them up towards the sky. So find the version of the pose that works for you. Gaze will be slightly forward and down towards the ground. We don't want to be arching the neck or tucking it. We just want it to be even with the spine here. Really planting that foot that's touching the ground. Remembering to keep that ankle flexed. That helps protect the knee joint. You're welcome, as with all the other stretches, to close the eyes here if you want. Good indication of if you're going too deep is if you're feeling pain or if you can't breathe. As long as you're not feeling an increase of pain, or as long as you're breathing deeply, then you can stay as deep as you are. Okay, let's come up. We'll bring that leg down and move to the other side. So remember, if the ankle can't come up to the knee, just cross it over again. You can lean forward. You aren't going to get the same stretch, but it's an alternative if you wanted something to do at this point, or you can just sit and breathe. Otherwise, let's bring that ankle above the knee, flex that foot, sit up nice and tall. You're welcome to stay here. If you aren't feeling a stretch, or if you'd like a deeper stretch, hinge at the hips, keeping the chest forward. Bring that gaze in front of you, not all the way down or all the way up. Just gently finding a spot on the ground to put your neck in alignment with your spine. And breathe. Adjust as needed for your body. One side might feel looser or more flexible than the other. That's natural. Let's stay here just a little bit longer. And inhale. inhale, come up. Let that leg come back down. Now we'll do something a little bit similar, slightly different though. Again, we're raising the leg up. We're going to cross it over. You might walk the standing leg into the center of your chair. Now, rather than staying down on the knee like this, we're going to lift up so we have some space between our legs. Flex that foot, and then from here we're wrapping the hands around the leg. So this is like what we did pulling the knee into the chest, only we're slightly across the body. So this will give us a little bit different stretch. But we'll pull that knee into the chest while keeping the leg here. And you can adjust as needed. But this is going to, again, stretch that area, stretch the muscles, and should help ease the pressure on that sciatic nerve. Gaze can be forward or slightly down here. As with all the other stretches, if you notice that you start to collapse through the chest and around the spine, let the leg come down a little bit so that you can stay tall. I did a lot of research on different exercises for sciatic pain, and one thing that I saw across the board, a lot of people talked about keeping your posture as being really important in all the exercises that you do. So you're welcome to stay here. If you're looking for more sensation or a deeper stretch, you can turn towards that lifted leg and do a slight twist. Staying in this twist for the second half of the pose. On the next inhale, come forward, and next exhale, let's let that leg come down. Move that leg to the center. We're lifting the other leg. First, cross it over the knee, and then lift up so you've got that space in between the legs. Wrap the hands around the knee and pull it in towards your chest. So we're trying to pull this part of the leg over to the right side, or whichever leg you've picked, you're pulling it over to the opposite side. So it's in, but it's also over. Sitting up nice and tall, engaging all the muscles in the body, bringing your gaze to a place that's comfortable for you, making sure that the breath is steady and even, and that you're breathing. Oxygen is important. We're holding a little bit longer today, really allowing the body to relax into that stretch. And then if you're looking for more sensation, just turn towards that raised leg, doing a slight twist. And exhale, or inhale, come back to center, exhale, release the leg. Great job. So there's one bonus exercise I want to do. I forgot it when we were doing the standing exercises. So let's stand up again. I'll just show you this. This is kind of like the figure 4 pose, only standing. It's an adaptation of pigeon pose, but this is also really nice for getting a stretch through the back of the leg. So we're going to lift whichever leg we want up onto the chair, keeping that foot flexed, the ankle should be straight, bending the knee and then dropping the knee out to the side. So you can adjust your body to where you need to be in order to get that bend in the knee and then the flexed foot. From here, we're going to lean forward and then hinge at the hips. So you might not be able to go very deep here. Maybe you can fold all the way over. Again, be aware of the spine, keep it long, but we're folding forward and you should feel a deep stretch through the back of the leg. Wherever you are, wherever you come to, allow yourself to breathe into that pose. My hand's on my hip just to switch things up. You can have the hand wherever you want. If dropping it down feels good, you can do that. You're welcome to pull it forward if that helps you focus more. It can just kind of dangle. Find a place that works for you. That standing leg, if you have a tendency to lock your knee, just keep a slight bend in that standing leg so that it helps keep you loose and balanced. My hips are really tight, so this isn't my favorite stretch, but I know there are a lot of people who really like it. And when you're ready, first come out of your fold and then set the foot down. I mean, you might not have been in a fold, and that's okay as well. So balance yourself, make sure you're steady on that standing foot, then lift the opposite foot first, make sure that the ankle is straight and the foot is flexed, and then you can start to ease into it, dropping the knee out to the side. Once you've reached that position, you can start to hinge forward if that's in your practice. And breathe. You're welcome to bring the foot forward more if that works better for you, or you can bring it closer to your body. Lots of options here. Acting as if there's a string coming from your chest forward, lifting you up as you fold. As you sit in a pose for a while, with the inhales and exhales, you're welcome to start going deeper if that feels good, or you can stay at the same level. When you're ready, on the inhale, let's come up, and exhale, let's bring that foot back down. Moving back to your seated position. From here, we'll take a couple deep breaths and close our practice for the day. You're welcome to re-practice parts of that, or even take one or two exercises that you liked and do those on a regular basis. I will be posting a few links to other videos that I found helpful from chiropractors and doctors, and so they have more information and more knowledge than me about what causes sciatic pain, and some exercises as well that could help you. When you're ready, bring the hands to heart center, hinging forward. Namaste. Thanks for joining me today. If you enjoyed this practice, like and subscribe. I look forward to seeing you next time.